Hello and welcome, Phantom Dust community. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is almost as bad for you as it will be for me. Bregan is playing SomePoorChoices, and I can't stand either of these guys. Worst members of the community. They don't put anything in. Terrible play. No, I'm kidding. This is like the match of the century, right? This decides. What group are you in, Bregan?
Group B.
Group B. This is like deciding some of the seeding for Group B of who's going to be at the top. I don't think it kicks anyone out of the top three, but it definitely decides who's going to be first, second, third. So we see them starting at Palace. Did not ban Bregan's map. There's no way Choices can win after this. I started quick, but don't worry. They're not doing anything yet. I'll introduce a few people. There is real life Bregan to go with recorded Bregan. I have to turn him down, by the way. I'm literally hearing only recorded Bregan. And I have collected Dust and SomePoorChoices with me. What a collection of wonderful people. Say hi.
Hello.
Also here.
Yeah, so, what do you guys think is going to happen this series?
I mean, two of us were in it, so we're pretty sure we know what happened.
Okay, Choices, what do you think is going to happen? Only fake. Only fake answers.
Choice is going to be a very happy individual. Everything in life is going to work out for him. He definitely isn't broken inside. You know, that's what.
What did Choices think was going to happen before the series began? That's what I want to know.
Pretty much what I just described.
By the way, not much has happened. He's got a lightning speed. He had a trigger. But did you see the Muramasa against the wall? Because that was beautiful.
He got to lose life to Bregan somehow.
It was the trigger. It was a late trigger. It made him use it.
Incredibly late trigger, by the way.
Collected Dust, you're the person who knows Phantom Dust skills. Is that how trigger works?
Right? That's
Well,
not how
yeah,
trigger
it'll work if you hit the person.
Okay, Collected
works
Dust
like
confirms.
Well, he got hit by the trigger,
no
and then he picked up the capsule and it used it after.
All right, Choices confirmed not to have made a mistake. Just kidding. No, it was him. Is the volume up? Can we hear Bregan cackling right now or no?
I turned that down a little bit.
He's literally cackling right now, so you know.
Well,
oh, this combo is sweet, guys. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Stimulate plus skills I can't use. Math did this once. Do you remember that?
You know what's worse is to get up to 5 aura to use a turbulence. I definitely got rid of my Angel's Tears. Because I was aura screwed, I definitely got rid of a return to nature.
well, we can still hear your angel tears right now. So,
By the way, Dust, what do you think is going to happen?
a lot of trolling from Bregan over here. Would you say Choices that you've been Bregan's Padawan for this tournament? I know you two guys have been training together, right?
We had played together. I don't think he's ever really trained me. Because I've always been the same level of...
That barely orb. I bet Choices was salty about that, by the way. Sorry to commentate the match, but he barely got that second orb.
Sorry to actually commentate what's going on.
What's worse is I can't even get the string.
Oh, he's trying to defend the late trigger in chat, just so you know, it's muted. But he's like, no, I didn't pick it up and make a mistake. It was a late trigger. That's what he said.
It was a late trigger.
That's not how this still works.
Late trigger. That's
Maybe...
why I was so angry. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck glitch was that? And
It's where you push a button and you lose.
Well, one time I picked up a capsule and someone diabolical tricked in the same spot, and the capsule just left my hand. So it's possible that Choices was triggered.
I guess
what's
that's
Bregan's
fair.
thing. It is known. It is known.
He does say that. To be fair, I've gotten I've recalled and Thieving Imp arsenals because those are some of my favorite. Gotten to like 35 skills. Things that weren't even in anyone's arsenal just came in my hand for no reason.
I've twistered Evo and had him land with no damage.
Nice. But yeah, like I've recalled
Walk
skills
through
that
Twister.
no one in the match had. Like that doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, I did Phantom Dust once, and I got a recall in my deck, even though it wasn't in it. I don't...
It's sometimes there's just the phantom glitch. The dust does something on its own.
like a late trigger.
Bregan, what map did you ban, by the way?
I banned Panorama.
All right, so in 5 minutes, we're going to Highway. And then we're going to Refinery immediately after, just so you guys know. How do we think those are going to go?
Excitingly.
I hope so.
Almost as exciting as I was at this moment when I found out I had something I could trigger him with.
So I want to talk about this like matchup right here. So Bregan's trolling, yes. There's a lot of hard locks in Phantom Dust. Collected Dust is one of the best ones at it. This literally is nothing. None of the skills in Bregan's hand interact with choices. He actively lost exclusively to an environmental and nothing else.
Well, in my defense,
don't do choices that he favors. Jeez.
I'm prepared for not this. I had some stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna deal with Bregan's laser deck. I'm gonna deal with his memory labs deck. I had so many things I thought he was gonna bring that I'm ready for.
He even hit a turb on 3 or 4 skills, and then just lost to an environmental.
Well,
None of these skills in Bregan's hands have done anything. I just want you to know, for Choices' defense, he deserves none.
All I know is I wanted to quit, but then that would just make him happy. And after this, I wanted him to never feel joy again. I wanted him to feel the darkness that was inside of me.
Would you say you felt triggered?
I'm
Mr. Choices,
that one with the response.
I think you may have failed to realize a winning strategy to the troll off. Just don't do anything.
Oh.
All right.
Or did you do that?
I'm gonna give up my greatest weakness. Nobody knows it apparently, except Bregan.
Tilt you to high heavens.
I am really only good at one thing, and that is countering. So if you aren't coming at me with things I can counter, you're not swinging swords at me that I can take advantage of. You're not doing something so I can trade damage. Then I just am apparently inept.
So let me give you a mental experiment, because that's kind of a cool idea. Let's say that someone hangs environmental. How do you counter it?
Well, generally, in this deck, I had Return to Nature, and I had things to break hang spots. So between the Turbulence, Return to Nature, and Angel's Tears, I'm generally pretty good. But I got Aura screwed, which made me burn through the Return to Nature, made me use the Angel's Tears so I could use the Turbulence, and then I finally had enough Aura to use something to break hang spots, and he had already hung.
So for the record, not to interrupt you, but I'm going to. For the record, I considered asking Bregan to do this video at double speed to save you all time, but because Choices is going to be into it, I knew we shouldn't. Because he should see this twice.
And you wondered why I wanted to, and why I didn't want to stick around, and why I don't know why I was talked into this.
Well, let me spoil this. I can tell you who the winner is. Everyone who watches.
I can tell you it cost literal. If we looked at the end of my life, there's a year or at least of my life that has been gone. You took years away from me. My grandchildren cursed your name for my early death.
I thought you were going to name one of them Bregan. Would you call this the Bregan? And Bregan, is there going to be a rock shot in this match? Maybe you annoying gift him a rock shot. I don't know.
There's going to be an arsenal used. There's an arsenal called More Rock Shot that will be used, but it doesn't have a rock shot in it.
Yeah, what? Spoiler alert: there are no rock shots
in the entire match. That's funny.
On Bregan's side.
I think Choices uses rock shot at some point.
I do. It doesn't work. Spoiler alert.
So proud.
So Bregan's strategy is to teleport around the map. The whole match is what it looks like we got going on here.
You would be correct, sir.
I bet you wish you had a Turbulence right now, huh?
I made sure that I held on to extras of them in case he turbed.
So let's do choices right now. How do you prepare after that troll? What do you bring next match? You bring Blaster. What are you doing with this Blaster choices?
He assured me. I don't know if you could hear the witty banter in between the games.
He was too loud. I turned it down.
All right. Well, he was complaining, and he assured me he was going to bring a normal deck. So I'm still feeling it out, thinking, okay, he was screwing around. He didn't want to have that first loss on Highway. He even says, he's like, oh, I'm still unbeatable on Highway because I had it out to a draw. So I'm thinking, like, okay, he was just screwing around on Highway because he doesn't want to lose on Highway.
You mean Palace?
This is a real match. Yep, that's what I meant. Palace. And so this is where I'm finally catching on that, yes, he is against screwing with me, and I can never trust him.
So for the record, he just failed again. But he tried to trust people, which was the fail.
Yes, this is why you don't make deals with Bregan. You said you wouldn't use any popping stuff. Well, pop Bregan out, and
the only thing he wasn't allowed to use was Diabolical Trick. That was the only skill he couldn't bring.
Although I didn't ban myself from Violent Change because Bregan was banned from Violent Change, but I specifically said I won't make a Violent Change only popping deck as a little caveat, which I obviously instantly regretted.
Right. So, for the record, anyone who plays him later, Bregan in 1v1 is about as trustworthy as choices is in Battle Royale.
I am very trustworthy in Battle Royale. I openly say, hey, Chaos, I'm going to stab you in the back. And then I also say, hey, you want to have a secret alliance? You know, in the group chat, everyone can hear me do it.
I rest my case, Judge.
Yeah. I mean, you may not like that playstyle, but there's nothing duplicitous about it. It's very out in the open.
I mean, is there really any guessing game to be had when I'm holding on to 3 yellows?
I'm very mad that car didn't hit you still. The more I see that, the more angry I am.
How many times have you watched this?
Just the once.
Why haven't you gotten any other attacks? You're at 19 capsules. Get something that can hit him.
I don't have anything in this deck that can hit him.
It's just lasers. Lasers could do better than blasters.
I get other things. Don't you worry. There's a moment where Bregan should have lost this one.
Don't you mean you should have won it?
No, I really don't. I really don't.
I mean, spoilers, I'll get down to low health, but the point he's talking about, he wasn't really very close.
Well, now we have objective people who can see.
You got about 5 minutes before we get to that point, so...
Can we skip forward? No, make him suffer. I'm kidding.
I think we can. I'm going to say yes. Let's do that.
I was going to be disappointed if Bregan didn't bring Call, if he's going to retreat, because, you know, teleport everywhere.
I told him to play this on City, but he got banned, unfortunately.
I was thinking to play this on, like, Refinery, because it's such a big level, and if you're retreating all over the place...
Yeah, I said City because in the chance that there's no jump lifts, man, can you imagine how tilted choices will be when he just stands up on that high point?
That's why I banned City. You can hear me
complaining there's a high spot
about how unhappy I am. Yes.
It's pretty good. I like it.
But I mean, wouldn't he be able to shoot him down from it though? Like the high spots, they're not super high on City, right?
It depends on the skills you have and the angles, but it's
some
actually
lasers
tricky.
And parabolas, but just about nothing else.
All right, I finally have vibration. We'll see.
So, like, if you just have a shield that can block a laser, you're probably fine. I know because I make Bregan upset a lot by doing that.
That's one of the areas you gotta levitate up to, or like skywalk to, right?
Without a jump lifts, yes.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of those really like skinny pieces where you don't even need like the jump lift.
No, just the spot on top of one of the outside spawns.
I'm so mad I didn't have quantum decay.
Oh, so is that like in the midsection, second floor of the level? Is that kind of where it is? Like a spawn is right
I'm
by
talking
it?
about the spot. If you go up the skinny ladder to one of the in spawns, and then you go left, and then there's a plateau.
I don't know. Oh, we banned city, so we could just we could have used a visual cue.
Right.
You'll never see it.
The highest spawn in the game, it's the opposite spot of that. It's not a real spawn.
But it's like a real square area, and you can get on it with the airlifts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was a way if you're from that top spot and you jump down and you shoot a projectile, you can like move yourself into closer range with it. I'm not sure. It seemed like one of those situations with like Lane has with that cage.
Is there play? I don't know, maybe, but most importantly is it's really easy to troll from there.
Yeah.
Because I told him just to bring nothing but Frighten and stand up there.
Can do it with Crush,
too. We have an actual offense going now, and we lost some life here.
Oh, yeah, there's a match happening, and look, it's 3 minutes. It is riveting, guys. Absolutely riveting.
What did you think you were in for? Do you know how this feels? I've lived it. Now I'm seeing it through my enemy's eyes. It's like getting murdered by Ted Bundy and then like watching the spectator mode as Ted Bundy kills you. It's just so... It's somewhere between meta and painful. This, right there! Should he have...
I wasn't looking, sorry.
Oh,
I don't think you had a chance.
Or a backflow.
If he had
There's not a very high chance that it knocks me over the wall.
I'm going to disagree. There's a very, very low chance.
Yeah, so you're saying there was a chance, and all he had to do was fall over that wall. All he had to do. So close.
So what schools did you bring to this match? Choices, optical and...
It actually should be nature.
It's a tie. He just used Aura Backflow and Tiger Strength earlier.
That makes more sense.
He also dropped the Tiger Strength so that way he could never break my Psycho Shell.
Yeah. I dropped the Tiger Strength probably thinking it was my Vibration Nature deck and then realizing it wasn't. But you have to imagine this is not like, oh, this is Choices' A game. This is me after already getting trolled once. The further this goes, the more my mental state just deteriorates. I played another match that night.
You did well in that one, right?
I couldn't even block skills that don't need to be blocked. I walked into swords. And it's not to take away from the other player's win, because he played very good and it was a clean game. But honestly, I just was sitting there staring at my screen going, do I ever want to play Phantom Mist again? I don't know the answer. I still don't know the answer. I think a game I had never had any intention of playing, specifically because you broke something inside of me. And I don't know if it'll ever get fixed. I don't know what's left. I don't know who I am or what I want to be anymore. And specifically because of these series of games.
I think you agree after playing this that one-on-one is the best mode in the Phantom
I might
Dust.
never play one-on-one. It's tag or nothing. I need somebody to just help me knock this shit out. But I don't know.
We're here for you, man.
Are you? Because I'm pretty sure you and a collective group of people planned this. You said, who do we know who's already pretty stressed out, who would be fun to see if we can give him a stroke? And you decided it was me. And I'm going to be damned if you didn't get really, really close.
I wanted them to hang backdraft and just keep lowering your level so you'll die if you try to do anything. And... that'd be exciting.
If you do have a stroke from rewatching it, can I have your Xbox?
I wanted it to be interactive. Sure. I didn't want to just wall him out where he couldn't do anything, which is
that legally binding?
Kind of accidentally what happened on Palace.
It's not.
Yeah, that's true.
So I wanted him to be able to fight the whole time.
And I'm gonna now that I can see what these arsenals are made of, it just makes me more angry. Because I know how they came out with the recalls, and it's just categorically unfair. The kind of recall luck he had.
Well, there are 3 relearns, and I was very careful to save the relearns.
All right, so here.
Hey, you know what's funny about this arsenal, real quick? Wait, Quantum Decay Recall. This is the arsenal Bregan could not beat. He literally lost to it 3 times.
And you can see me actually trying to get the rush. Unfortunately, he's a cowardly jumper, so he can just run away.
Bregan learned so much from his match with Ebony. He. Cool. I feel like everyone deserves a little crap. This, so just remember that Bregan got circled.
Hey, we know that Bregan calls Ebony the most obnoxious style, and he had to deal with it. And it didn't end in his favor.
Until this existed.
It broke me, and then this was the result.
Well, I'm so glad I got to suffer for nothing.
You suffered for Ebony's sins.
So here we have a combo where you can camo to hang while he's not paying attention. This is a combo arsenal. He's just going to put it behind the helicopter, maybe?
To mock Choice's inability to jump.
Here we see him doing the cowardly act of jump hanging, which is where you act like a bitch to do bitchy things.
This is PG-13.
Well, then you have missed quite a bit of arty cursing.
Well, if you actually get up to that high platform, I think there is a weird way if you jump to the sky and shoot a few times.
I mean,
you might actually be able to reach it.
I wasn't overly worried about the accelerate.
Yeah. It's
not
like he was
should have been
violent changing you.
But so he said he was careful with his relearns. Didn't he override a recall already?
I haven't overwritten a recall, but
what did you overwrite?
I overwrote the Quantum Decay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry. He gets another one. You can see me chasing him. Fortunately, he's currently invulnerable. So nothing I do matters. You like
couldn't neutralize the threat. Hint, hint.
What, are you saying there's skills that work in this circumstance?
Something that could neutralize the threat, yeah.
Yes. Bloody Ritual, of course, my favorite skill.
One skill in, oh my god.
So what do we got here? We got Faith, and what's your other school choices?
It'll be Faith Key.
Faith Key. Oh, you had neutralization, possibly.
I don't. I have Amros Watch in there.
That was. Yeah. You said you were careful with your relearns. You relearned that level amp.
That was my one. That was my one slip up.
He said he was careful, not perfect. Why am I defending him? He's a horrible man.
And then you get 3 aura to get punished. You're always punished with level amps when you use your recalls.
You shouldn't have picked up one of the capsules either. Like used it because then you end up recalling another aura particle.
Truth.
Yeah, you also shouldn't have played any of these decks.
Since we're trying to make this more entertaining.
Good luck.
Critical. So, we're trying to take his deck apart for you because you obviously couldn't do it.
Well, to be fair, I would usually use it for neutralization myself, but them's the breaks.
I'm gonna do one of these decks to you guys and just.
You could have at least used the best skill in the game, Bloody Ritual.
Unlike you, I don't have that in all.
I have one deck with it, and that's enough to make you rage.
I'm not raging. It is known.
No.
It is known.
The only reason you're not raging is because I muted the video.
No, the choice is in the video is not raging anymore. He's just sad.
He's just sad.
He's just saying, you wouldn't do this to so-and-so. You wouldn't do this to so-and-so.
For the records, friends, this has been 25 minutes of choices accomplishing nothing.
I don't know, man. I just want to play.
This is a moderator versus moderator face-off I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't try to use your moderation powers to create a ruling choices to.
This is a digital slap in the face, is what this is.
So, would you have felt better or worse if you waited until he was at like 1 health to start voiding all your stuff?
I mean, that kind of pressure, he might have messed up. I would have felt slightly better.
Because I kind of consider in this position to jump off the map 5 times or something.
I never thought of that. I kind of wish I had.
Just like, look at this. I can kill me. Why can't
See, but then you run the risk of me getting a random debris or something.
I said 5 times.
This is safer.
That aura backflow, by the way, pretty good if we could hit with it.
I just stood still and used 2 recalls in front of him. It felt so good.
Damn it. I thought I could get in between those.
I haven't seen another optic camo. There were 3, right?
He overrode a few of them early, I think.
No, the recall loop actually just wasn't giving me anything but aura right now. You'll see me, I get up to like 44 aura or something before I get another one. I have to just dance around.
Well, you can like gain the recalls better. You can like hold 3 recalls in hand and, you know, get to your useful skills.
Oh jeez, that would have hurt.
Such a kind winner. Oh geez, that would have hurt. For the record, he is winning every time Choices doesn't win.
I'm Choices, and I don't approve that message.
I have to agree. It is easier to get a tie than a win sometimes.
I mean, okay, so
Like
let's historically, if we look at all the matches, I bet there's like 250 wins and like 5 draws. Okay, now like 20 draws. But anyways, you don't know how many there's going to be, guys. But a very low percentage of matches end in draw.
Yeah, that's true in tag, but one-on-one, quite a few.
In one-on-one even, it's still like...
Because most of those people are running around attacking until their deck breaks, and then they're trying to survive for a minute. They don't build decks around trying to draw.
So you're saying it's a new meta?
Yes, there's healing water meta, bullshit troll meta. He started the birth of troll meta.
Do you know why both of those exist? Because no one remembered Turbulence meta.
My nerves? No.
Could he beat Turbulence right now? I don't know. I don't think so.
The only attack I can use.
I don't have a lot of Turbulence, specifically because I wanted Bregan to be Bregan. Boy, was that a mistake. I do want to say, though, I'm giving past me some credit for having enough aura and timing and spacing that these quantum decays really don't slow me down or hurt me that bad.
There's no credit given there.
Nope, credit taken. I took it. It happens.
Do you think if you had more aura, though, you could have maybe did more than one attack? Which could have.
Because he has all the voids. I don't think he would have just started circling. I don't think it would have helped. I just think, you know.
So why didn't you wait till he like did a relearn or recall? Like he seems like he's vulnerable sometimes. Am I wrong? I don't know.
This is where we talk about being tilted off the planet.
Yeah.
Boredom was setting in, I would say.
If you look at this, I said I didn't have a popping deck, but I did have a violent change. So I used one hoping to catch some recalls. And I might, spoiler alert, have one more. Hoping that he goes through too much of his deck. Which is why I'm at 6 aura.
That's the way you're supposed to do it.
Well...
So I've contemplated at times, what do you do in a tournament situation when someone keeps forcing a tie and no one has wanted to do that yet? I wonder if we might have to think of some sort of rules in the future. Since this is a moderator session.
I mean, you would think that nobody would be that cruel.
The closest rule that seems easy to me is that if the match goes so long that someone runs out of time, they postpone it until later. If they wish to get 30 draws in a row, that's their own game, though.
Yeah.
So, like, if we had a part 1 through 5 of Choices v. Bregan, that'd have been great.
God, that's the most depressing thing ever.
Why don't you just go sit, like, somewhere he can't get?
Because he wants me to suffer.
I timed that last void so that it wouldn't run out before the game was over.
I normally don't like giving you credit, but in the case that takes credit from him, good job. I'm sorry, Choices. We love you, and we're sorry this happened.
I don't think that's true. I think nothing like that is true.
Well, I've said this before, but I guess I'll point it out while we're in the middle of the cast as well. Like, you could go for infinite draws by basically just running recalls and erase shields and, like, throw in a Force Sanctuary, right? Like, that's just, like, you can't beat that. If you just hang the environmental, put on an orb, and then have 3 erase shields, like, they're just never going to get through it.
I mean, that's not... They're unlikely to get through it.
Yeah, like, you could basically just run, like, Iron Skin, Flash Hole, and Glacial Wall, and, like, that's it.
In that meta, Collected Dust would be great, because I can think of a way to get through. He can think of 10.
In that meta, my Tiger Strength Rian I keep packing would have been fine. Would have been all I needed.
Except for there's a Forest Sanctuary down.
It's a damage.
Wait.
You could do...
You guys just noticed that Bregan can't even get the right level? Can we make fun of that?
Here we go.
Choices you're really reaching.
The time has passed.
But anyways, Dust, how would you answer this one? Because I feel like I've got an idea.
An idea with, what was it? Orb and 3 annoying shields?
Orb, Forest Sanctuary, and, like, 3 shields. 1 Iron Skin, 1 Glacial Wall, and 1 Flash Hole.
Well, you could always fake someone out with something like a sword fake or whatever, and then follow up with, lightning swords.
It's hard to sword fake enough against an Iron Skin.
That's interesting. I was thinking, like, Fairy Ring to, like, crush it or something, but yours works too.
I mean, you can Dragon Slay.
Well, I don't know.
You have orb, right? That's the case, right?
The point is, like, you'd have to have meta knowledge and, like, go build something almost.
Well, if this becomes a meta, I'm gonna have one of those on my account at all.
I mean, this is not something I would encourage other people to do. I tried to make it interactive because I could have just made a deck like that and played it every time. Like, I wanted it to be interactive. I wanted him to still be able to do things.
Right.
I think you just wanted to give me hope, so I didn't quit.
Like, one of the other options that, like, when I was talking to Sea Dust, for ideas, was like optimization, meditation, entangle, and just do that for 10 minutes. Like, I didn't want to just freeze him in place and make him unable to play the game. I wanted him still to be able to try and follow around.
Interestingly, I don't think that's a fully hard lock. I've moved out of that. Now, like, you might get me 30 times in a row, which sounds like a lot. But, like, you can slowly move around.
Man, that was unlucky.
But anyways, so, the thing that's notable that Choices is too proud to do is that 10 shield, 3 orb, 3 force sanctuary is really bad against Shatter Eliminate.
Well, that's also true. A lot of this stuff would lose to a diabolical trick.
Well, once I had seen it, we had made the agreement not diabolical, and I tried to keep in the spirit of that and not overload on popping, because he had come to certain agreements when it came to popping, and now I know those were specifically just to hurt me.
I'm surprised he didn't say no turb.
I am too.
Well, you deserve it.
All of them were built so that they could deal with turb.
If you want to ban stuff,
I think
don't
that
agree to bans.
In a good draw, they could get around Turbulence. But Turbulence isn't shining in good draws. Turbulence shines when bullcrap happens, and your deck comes out wrong.
Well, one thing I'll point out, too, is that he was the one that was, like, wanting me to make concessions for him. He wanted me to ban Palace myself, for example, and things like that. So I phrased it as a concession. Like, I'll, not use any 2 skills or any 3 skills or something like that if you don't use Diabolical Trick. I was giving him concessions.
I understand he'd be
I
asking
didn't
for that kind
want
of stuff.
those.
I can trust choices about as far as I can throw them. I've already said this.
Well, that's very mean. I never once broke my agreement.
You're like small and,
never
wiry and easy to throw.
Choices
never
was very
once,
honorable in this. He did not use diabolical trick.
I don't break agreements in Battle Royale. I say I'm going to stab you in the back, and then I stab you in the back.
You are. Don't take this as an insult, but it might be. You are a lawyer.
I don't lie.
Right. My case is closed.
Selective truth telling.
No, if you guys really don't know the complexity
Props
of language
on that,
or
by the
gray
way.
area.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Manual ran into the cage. It's the only good thing I did this entire game.
I'm very upset to see that, actually.
He just did it twice, too. I was like, damn, that wasn't even a one-off. I can't hide in there.
I didn't know I could do that. I learned.
See, even stupid matches like this, we can learn stuff from.
New tech.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that. Even stupid players can learn something. I was about to be like, "Aw." See how just ready I am to just be a martyr? That's what's been done to me.
Oh, we got what, 3 reincarnation hits here? Is that what we got here?
Yeah,
One was a flame sword.
In the very beginning, yeah, I had a decent hit with the flame sword.
I mean, another thing with Forest Sanctuary is get your own environmental out there. I mean, there are several environmentals that also cost 2.
Are there any environmentals that are made to counter?
To counter what?
To counter other environmentals? That would be crazy.
Unison.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we say it individual or should we all say it in unison?
Well, that was
Hey,
bad.
Choices is back.
No, he's dead.
Choices is back.
This is just some poor.
He's bringing some. He's bringing the puns. He's back.
He's returning to his true nature.
Nice.
Does it even really bother you that much? I don't believe you.
4 minutes. Pick something up.
Choices still hasn't won a game.
I mean, okay, so choices. He's got Psycho Shell and he's 3 school. Like, you can get through this.
It's only 2.
Have you not noticed he's running?
What? Your
around
aura
like
is so
crazy?
slow. Are you serious? It's only 2.
Yep.
I keep trying to chase him to get an angle, and he goes to where I can't cart.
Why do you play a cartwheel around him?
Choices
Like,
also
okay.
doesn't play very many big attacks.
So wait, check this out.
True.
You're playing against a person who is quite literally not attacking you. Why even cartwheel?
What? You want me
Just
to be
in
a filthy
case.
jumper?
Why hold on to 3 shields like he was for the last 3 minutes of the game?
So like, actually though,
That's just the way the
jumping
deck came out.
counters more jank than cartwheeling does. To the point that cartwheeling counters almost no jank, and jumping counters like dazzle and such. You know, holes.
I was really surprised he never switched to a jumper.
I will never.
Did you consider, Bregan? Did you consider bringing holes just to show how he can't dodge them?
I am very good at dodging holes, sir.
Because I would have like,
Fucking distracted by that.
I don't know, he Armoros Earthquake just to show he can't dodge them.
Well, I guess this is ideas for next time.
Yeah, there you go.
Also, if you can't hear it, if you have it muted right now, Evolution randomly joined our party chat.
That's how I
Okay.
did my burden. Evolution just started chatting with us, and it scared me.
Yeah, I actually offered Murder to join us, mostly saying, "You owe me, you jerk." And he said, "No, I know, and no," because he joined this first part of it too.
Yeah, later on
Yeah.
he joins. I think Math joined. Somebody else joined.
Oh, all of my favorite people, plus choices.
I don't
Mhm.
sure you had time for this.
You literally have a glacial wall.
I'm talking to Evo, Evo right now. I'm a little
You
bitch.
have a glacial wall.
Choices has priorities. Did you ask
Also
Evo
so
for
slow.
tips?
My favorite part is just jumping across that gap when choices can't follow.
Takes so long.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing a recoil person and they got no attacks, going with as many attacks as
And then he had
possible.
the eraser. Why didn't he use the psycho spell? How did you know?
Because firing at him makes a different noise.
Well, you're not supposed to be paying attention. Evo was in the room. I waited specifically for Evo to start talking.
Why are you surprised? Doesn't distract me? I don't know.
Distracted me. I thought maybe.
Oh shit, that was bad. He finally broke the cycle shell.
Why not the reincarnation?
Because Choices thinks Venom Fang is a good skill against jumpers.
On lane. Against jumpers. As a jumper.
It's a great skill. It's got a real bite to it.
Did you like that disrespect on the recall? It's right in front of him. Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean those recoils are like key times to hit people.
I also like how he took off. He had me shieldless with a reincarnation and he left.
That was like 20 seconds.
and he flubbed the violent change.
I think it takes like a minute, I think, for you to run out of life.
He has 33 health. 33 seconds right now.
It's not mean either.
A minute if you are full health, though, yes. If you remember the match against like Zexes and Zinxes, I think like we were down to seconds, and it was interesting the math on that a long time ago with Galaxy Far Away. All right, so we're on Sign.
I would like to point out it's been a different deck every time. Yes, this will be Sign.
Also known as Stop Looking at Me Like That. Stop trolling me. The map.
This is where it gets good.
Hey, did you notice the rating is the same except Bregan is one better? That's pretty, like, telling. This isn't even Sign!
Yeah, Bregan doesn't know how to pick maps.
Oh.
He doesn't return? Okay, he returns. Now you're gonna have more rating than him. Good job.
He doesn't figure it out until I point it out to him. Repeatedly.
Oh,
He was cheating.
I guess I understand. I can't talk to Bregan in matches because when I do, I don't know. He tries to goad me into letting myself get hit. And
interestingly enough, a little bit of that might be happening in this match.
We'll see.
But the other way around.
Well, and this is going to sound a little pandering, but back to the previous point. This series was actually quite tiring for me, too. It took a long time. It was mentally taxing, so yeah, I forgot sometimes to switch the map appropriately.
You poor baby.
Are we there yet?
Things that are almost. Oh, damn it. But
did I try to manually aim that?
Rules that.
No, I did not.
Legit rules, I hold to them.
If you had, it would have just gotten rid of Gust.
We made an agreement beforehand that neither one of us would bring Diabolical Trick, and also that I wouldn't run Violent Change.
Yeah. We trusted that I wouldn't have solo top decks because
the silence is begun.
Definitely.
There's just nothing. I told you this was
Gaignun supposedly prepared talking points. Is it time?
I already gave most of them up. Like, look, Choices is bad. Bregan's a troll. Like,
those were your talking points?
Who do you think's gonna win the 1v1 tournament? Not Bregan.
Took 2 hours to write. I thought it would take 2 hours.
Well, I know a lot of people are already aware, but this is actually my last match because I have some other
coming
things
out?
No.
Wait, you forfeit? Who takes your spot? Do you get to pick? Can it be me?
No. No, you can't. You didn't fight your way through.
You've already ruined the integrity of the tournament by doing this.
I was going to leave it up to the moderator's discretion if he doesn't want to count my matches towards people's match scores, but...
I think they should count. But I'm nobody. I don't even play Phantomus anymore. I'm like Gotrix. I just make commentary without putting anything out.
Well, if the scores are an issue, if the scores are an issue, we'll look at it and try and resolve something if anyone feels slighted by something.
Yeah, I want 2 hours of my life back. 4 hours, really.
Well, we have a good number of moderators, too. Like, it'll be a 3-person vote. Obviously, me and Choices won't vote, and they'll decide what's best. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to play anymore. I have some medical stuff coming up, so I actually withdrew from the tournament, and this will be the last match. And Group B will advance based on however the moderators determine.
The reasoning, so you know, is based on his play, he is living cancer.
Clearly correct.
I did hit him with an aura backflow, guys. He missed it.
It looks like it'll matter in this match, huh?
I'm really hoping you get to the top of the tower at some point, Bregan.
Boom!
I need to
Why
see
aren't you just letting him hit you?
sky with the blessed rain.
Straight bullshit is what this is.
I didn't think
Please
of that.
tell me you're gonna do that. Oh.
Just doing interpretive dance, all right?
Don't worry. Choices has plans this time.
You know, alright.
I can't even tell that was live choices or recorded choices who said that.
It was live choices.
Please
Boom.
tell me you have a sword or something that's gonna hit in close range.
Just so you know, to people who play choices in the coming games, he's really bad with aura backflow. Don't play around it.
Or backflow is just. Please, I hope you hit.
I guess to be fair, aura backflow.
Sometimes,
So let me get on a soapbox. You wanted me to talking points. Aura backflow and most key attacks are what I would consider counter skills. Their accuracy and timing is infinitely improved if you use it in reaction, not as an action.
True, but sometimes even then they're just like, how did that miss?
Right.
Yeah.
So when someone's in the post ability stun, there's like a 100% higher chance of hitting.
Yeah.
Oh, he got one.
Man, watching Bregan
What
die
a
is really
kill.
satisfying.
Takes the lead, 1-0 on sign. I'm sorry.
I wanted a little bit more fanfare.
Well, there was fanfare if you still had the audio playing, which I do.
Probably could have dug through that a little
I do
bit
too. But
Congratulations, choices. It is now 4-1.
What? Someone died last match?
Yeah, he finally got me with Dance of Death.
Yeah.
This is the only 3 school that I run.
through. Or at least that's my interpretation.
Well, good, because I'm not getting stuck on palace with you.
This is actually one that I threw together like 30 seconds before we played.
I want to see what this level baton's gonna do.
Get overwritten because Amaro screwed.
No, I got the inspiration from him.
The idea was, for the full troll mode, if I got it later, is I was going to interference him and then use level baton just to troll him that much harder.
Wow. I like level baton as so like when you don't care what your opponent's doing, it's a great combo piece. You could like level baton into my favorite skill in Phantom Dust, which is disrupt.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had like a 1 second blackout over here.
Yeah, that was the idea. I wanted to drain aura and then give it back
Right.
and just,
Test out my
in general, be a
choices.
jerk.
Of course. Did you use any copies of Disrupt?
Failing.
There were
Because I remember asking for that specifically.
Disrupt?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It is literally my favorite skill in the entire game.
I don't remember exactly what Disrupt does.
It erases all of target's equipped attack skills.
Oh, well, see, now that's trying.
No, but it just... So the reason you play Disrupt in any arsenal at any time
Fast.
is to hear the noise they make when they get hit by Disrupt. At first, they go through all, like, 5 stages of loss. They're confused. Like, what happened? Where's my attacks? What did you... What was that enemy? How dare you? And then they cry.
I did hit him with 2 interferences.
That was pretty good. He then used the... Oh, the Rhea got outstepped! I'm sorry, I can't get play-by-play of this match. It would be way too much effort. And there's not very many plays from either side.
oh, aren't there?
No, not at all.
Don't worry, because here comes me to hyper kick him at +4 speed.
Choices will show you how it's done.
That's never gonna catch, is it?
He's going to use Will-o'-the-Wisp against +4 speed. He's got
Plus
this.
6.
I'm not a smart man, but I am a determined one.
I feel like the +6 was excessive.
Oh, but
I mean,
+6.
it does.
I wonder if I have
Yeah.
something for that.
But I guess if you want to give him crap, I should mention that there was way better plays available on sign for Bregan. Like, not really sure what his plan was, but he definitely could have done better.
I was trolling pretty hard at that point, blocking his melee with Gust. If I'd gone and dug, I had like 2 fortresses in there.
No, I mean, even like while he was dancing, in that moment, you had outs.
Yeah, there was a couple of bad decisions there.
Here we see me trying to break hang spots.
If I had really try-harded it, I was probably just
Wrong
fine.
palace.
Was it draws on lane and sign?
Evolution rejoined the party.
He actually won one on.
That's not a hang spot, Bregan.
So it's
I couldn't get to any more hang spots. I don't know if you've noticed.
I was breaking them, and he's very slow.
I mean, yes, he is, but he still knows hang spots.
For now.
Oh, you mean he has -6 speed? Oh my.
Yep, I am.
He also just kept giving me
I
aura.
have no idea how giddy I am for this.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Fucking match time and think it's a club bear.
This might be a second one for choices. I'm a little sad to see this go. I wanted to be here another hour.
You guys should let me do this.
So the play is to stand here and pick it up when he comes for it.
I mean, you still can. We're only about halfway.
He's got a reincarnation, though.
He doesn't know that.
So is it possible for choices to push you off from up
I
there?
won this one.
If he uses his rein, yes.
Damn it.
A reincarnation and kill me.
This is actually one of my favorite matches.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
You can just invite murder into the party. More the merrier.
I point out
Because
that
the
I've been at -6 speed for like a minute and a half already. And he's hit me once. Twice.
Twice.
Murder.
But I'm getting the hang of this -6 thing.
Let's see. Let's have some more topping points. This is getting
I heard this is
As long as we don't get into politics or religion.
I said it was his.
what kind of there's another tournament coming up, right? The Battle Royale?
Yeah.
What date is that, Bregan? Give me some spiel. We don't
May-
have any spiel on video.
So May 16th, we're going to be celebrating the anniversary of Phantom Dust re-release. And,
Revived even?
Yes, revived. Phantom Dust that was revived.
We're on game 6.
And so we're going to have a special one-off Battle Royale tourney. It'll start at 7:30 Eastern, and it'll be played under special environment rules, which is just a game mode. You don't have to do anything special for that. You just show up, play whatever you want. If you're not familiar with how special environment works, because not everybody's played the other game modes, it's just like doing the missions with JD in the single player. It'll rotate environmentals. Is it every 30 seconds that it changes?
30.
Minute, every minute.
I think
Is
it's
it
every
minute?
30.
I'm almost certain
I
it's 30.
45.
I thought it was a minute.
I'm pretty sure it's every 30 seconds. It's a new environmental.
Definitely not 45.
It's random. There's no crystal that you can pick up. You can't crush it. There's nothing you can do other than just suffer the current environmental until it's switched out for a different one. So it can just cause a lot of chaos. You might be running a single school Kai, and then all of a sudden the, no use of Kai environmental shows up, and you have nothing you can do. But it's a lot of fun.
No, nothing you can do but suffer. Good thing I got a lot of for that.
Yeah, choices ought to win that. And also, I'd like to point out that Choices couldn't kill me while I was at -6. He had to pop me out.
I could have continued trying to.
Wait, what did he use?
He used a violent change.
Okay, that's what I thought. He was at your base though, so I wasn't sure if he.
Yeah, but
went
he
otherwise.
literally could not kill me while I was at -6. He arm roasted me 3.5 minutes ago. Could not kill me.
It was way more than 3.5 minutes ago, I think. It was only like 4.5.
I dodged him for 3.5 minutes at -6 speed.
I mean, I just...
So, Palace is the best balanced map for high-level play. Argue otherwise.
I only have one arsenal.
I don't want to have this conversation.
Oh, is this a talking point?
I mean, is there anyone who disagrees with that?
I mean, I was saying it ironically after dodging at -6 speed for 3.5 minutes.
Oh, I mean, you can do that with any pole.
I mean,
now we could
look
talk.
at Lane. He makes that jump where you're not both jumpers. You can never catch them.
This is the first arsenal I've had that has a.
I mean, you could bring bombs.
Oh god.
You could bring the skill jump.
Oh yeah, you could be a jumper.
I mean, jumpers have to bring dash. Why don't cartwheelers have to bring levitate?
Well, they don't have to do anything, but they can sure suffer for it.
I did bring the snap deck you wanted there, Gaignun.
If he got hit by it.
I'm so proud, but I wanted it on refinery.
Why did I believe that post when you said that you would make nothing but snap?
And then you overrode it. What a jerk!
Because he kept blocking it. And I was already screwed.
So, let's see. I told him I come up with talking points, and then he said, "Hey, we're meeting on Discord," and I was like, "Wait, that's today?" But anyways,
Hit him with my dragon.
So, I'm going to give you a skill, and I want you to give me a brand new way to use it. Are you ready?
Was that necessary?
It's the first time I've used
New as in, like, not traditionally done? Or, like,
Not
brand new
traditionally
nobody has
done.
ever done?
Not traditionally done, and entertaining or cool combo. It is currently Seedust first Bregan. New way to use... Oh wait, I need a random number generator.
Wait, is Seedust first or me?
This is like Jeopardy.
What am I, chopped liver?
We're doing a.
I'd like to point out that I have the health lead on highway. Choices managed to fall off twice because he can't cartwheel. He can't jump because he's an inferior specimen, but he also can't cartwheel.
For those who don't know, high-level cartwheeling, there is a cartwheeling gap that you can make that cartwheel across the gap.
The one I taught you about?
Slightly
Yeah.
Tricky. Are you
Choices,
kidding
why
me?
don't you weigh in some more
Not
about
teach
how
me that.
to do high-level cartwheeling?
Anyways, so obviously
cartwheel
Choices.
explained me.
I probably could. Not a lot of other people could. I'll give you that credit. All right, so I randomized it with a random number generator. 1 out of 374, and I got 346, which is teleport trap. Bregan, go.
Teleport trap.
And you don't need to give me a whole arsenal. You just need to give me a con. School's main idea.
Well, the nice thing about teleport trap is that you can, unlike mobilize, where you kind of have to use it away from your base, you can leave the teleport trap in their base or something like that if you wanted. And so you could lay a panic gas at your base where they would be brought to, lay the teleport trap in their base, and then wait there with something else, like another exhaust or a lack. So they hit the teleport trap, get hit by the panic gas, and then also get hit by the lack or exhaust. And you could just neuter almost an entire arsenal in one shot with that.
All right, that's Psycho Key. What's your win con?
Win condition afterwards?
Yeah.
I mean, low-cost stuff. You could throw in a Shatter just to hit some more of their capsules, and you could maybe add a few other mines or something, but Tiger Strength, Psycho Knife, and a Shatter and a couple of shields, that'll do it.
It's very Bregan style. All right, Seedust, counter him.
Well, you can use it for yourself even just to get away from people at points. So you can use it to trap people, and you can, like he said, you can set traps at your spawn point. If you jump in a pit, you'll spawn where your spawn point is. So that's where, you could put a booby trap.
Yeah.
There's a weird teleportation trick with it. If you start up an attack as you get hit by teleport trap, you'll get teleported. And as you get teleported, your attack automatically comes out. So could you do something cool with positioning where, like, say you're on one part of the level and you start up in Agonies of Death, and then set it up so that it teleports you to your spawn area where someone is. You could potentially trick people with it.
I like it. Give me a rough draft of this arsenal.
I mean, you would just have teleport trap and attacks you think might work in a situation like.
Give the viewers a couple options.
Well, Agonies of Death is one. You could do it with Giga Ruin. I mean, that's kind of.
That sounds hilarious.
Flashy.
Wait, if we're using Faith, we could actually have Judge of Anubis, right?
So, just the little jump over the gap where choices couldn't come back was just too good for me.
Like, Teleport Trap Judge of Anubis is hilarious.
I mean, what's wrong with the Teleport Trap Disintegrate? Is that too standard?
No, that's good too.
Alright, well,
Here's
our
the
two options. So our two options, choices, you're making the decision. Which was better? The Teleport Trap Mine Erase combo or Teleport Trap Agonies through the world?
Good point.
Which one do you give your point to?
I mean, I think the Mine Erase combo is the easier one to build a deck around. I think it's less situational.
Good point.
Kind of works with the skill. Candidly, though, I think the one-off Disintegrate or using it as something into combo also would work. But I like the idea of forcing them into the panic gas, because then it also potentially sets up a stun. So you could combo it with other skills as well.
Must be fucking nice.
My favorite lawyer not giving me an answer.
I mean, I think I
Oh, it hit.
Bregan's is better.
Both, but I chose Bregan's.
All right.
Unequivocally.
This one's Bregan and choices. Skill number. I don't know the skill numbers. Give me a second. 38 is reduced gravity. This is increased movement speed. Choices go.
I hate environments. They're useless. Reduced gravity, +2. I think is an interesting skill if you wanted to. Actually, I need clarification on this one though. They don't use these a lot. If I used Amoros Watch, it still hits the stun, right? Same with neutralization.
Yes.
Okay. I like the idea of an environment like this specifically to turn your neutralization or Amoros Watch into a very powerful stun skill. Then if you're in tag, you could open it up. Essentially, or I mean, especially if it's a neutralization, it's a one-off, very cheap paralyze or decoy, essentially. So if you could pair it with something that works well with a partner. If you're playing single, I can't think of anything I would particularly use it for if you're playing one-on-one, but that's how I would like to use it in tag.
This whole time that you've been using.
All right, Bregan.
So I actually made a reduced entropy tag deck once. I think you may have given me some tips on it, Gaignun. We were going to run it versus Xanxus and Zexus. It was me and Monkey.
I do remember this one, but go on, please.
Yeah, well, the idea is that, Jumper's not as squirrely as cartwheelers are when it comes to being able to walk or dodge away from abilities. It actually helps the Jumper just overall more than it helps the cartwheeler. And so we were going to run it on a map like Refinery, one, because cartwheelers already have trouble cartwheeling off the map, but then with the plus speed, it can make that even more problematic, and it just helped us dodge abilities. Unfortunately, I don't think we ever played Refinery, so you didn't get to see the arsenal. But the idea was mostly that, and then to just kind of pick abilities that were still decent hit rates with reduced gravity, because it makes a lot of things harder to hit. If everybody's moving faster, melee's harder to hit. If everybody's moving faster, abilities that don't track that good in the first place, like Bullet of Fire, are hard to hit.
Right.
So you bring things that, work well with it still. The Reincarnation, Fire Gehenna, bombs and rock shots are okay. And then, especially, we wanted to use mines. Cartwheelers are having a tough time with the walkways and the speed and the cartwheeling. Lay some mines down. Reduced gravity can be really good. I don't think it's as good for a cartwheeler, though.
You might have actually forgotten, but one of the coolest things we found that was pretty collected dust style is that So a cartwheeler often will just continue their movement and
Oh,
cartwheel
yeah.
a hole, right? And if you're at +2 speed, when you cartwheel the hole, it
Yeah,
it
if you cartwheel
accelerates
forward.
differently.
I just hit dash.
Yeah, if you cartwheel in the same direction you already were moving, the hole will hit you 100% of the time.
Yeah, because the cartwheel essentially moves, roughly the same as a +2 speed walking. So normally a cartwheeler's, gets used to it where they can just, cartwheel in the same direction they're already running, and the cartwheel moves faster than they were moving, so they dodge the hole. But in this case, yeah, they were already moving just about as fast at +2, and so it can really throw off the cartwheeler dodging. So yeah, we ran holes with it, and there were also mines, and then like the reincarnation stuff like that.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
Another draw, of course. So what do you think, Dust? Would you try the tag team version of hard stuns or mess with cartwheelers?
You want me to go to refinery?
Let's see.
It made holes really dirty.
I would go with the whole thing, because even though the Amoros does, well, it's still decent, but Amoros is a stun with the Psycho School is not quite as good. Like, you always have a dazzle in Psycho, so if you want that stun, you don't have to worry about Amorosing someone's buffs back and forth.
I
It's
imagine
just a plain
neutralize
old
is
stun.
better. Like in that same concept, I'd use neutralization because it costs 1, right?
It does.
As far as using it as a stun move?
Yeah, just like having a 1-cost stun is pretty unique.
Yeah, but I don't think it works with the
Oh,
the.
that was part of the
I don't
assumption.
know. Yeah,
You're the one who
Yeah,
would know
I don't-
that.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Okay, well,
I demand a test.
I guess choices loses by default. Choices loses by default. Next one up is Dust versus choices. Let's see who
I
wins
just want
here.
to point out, I'm also 2-0 in this competition.
I didn't know it was a competition.
It's
All right.
always a competition.
All right, so I got relearn as the next skill, and it's Dust and choices.
That's my favorite skill.
Yeah, so far, one
I let who went first that time? Collected Dust went first, or choices went first. So Dust goes first, choices go second.
Sat there gusting.
Relearn.
His aura backflow.
Well, you gotta relearn.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't run out of it.
Wait! I have
can't
one.
beat
I
that.
have one. I'm putting a new contender in the room. All right, are you ready? Help me build this arsenal. Backdraft, relearn, annoying gift, trigger.
I gotta
If
say,
I trigger their relearn into getting a relearn,
given up, and he hasn't used diabolical.
is there something here?
No, I'm out of this. I don't
Alright,
want to help with that.
That sounds way overly complicated, because you would have to annoying gift them while you're at like at least a 3 health lead, I think, because you have to use annoying gift, and then you have to use the trigger, and so you lose 2 health before they lose a single health point. So you would need like a 3 health lead before you do it. So you'd have to lay the backdraft, get them to get 3 health less than you, be lucky enough to land the annoying gift, and hope that they don't have a shield to block the trigger later. Plus, you can't really spam the trigger as easily. They could go pick up a shield because there's no optimization down.
So you're saying it's tier 1.
I'm saying it's bad.
All right, well, back to them. Collected Dust, what's your plan for relearn?
Plan for relearn.
Oh no!
I don't know. The classic one is with recall, but you can also do stuff like stat buffs.
Yeah, I want something new and snazzy.
Well, what you said, I would think is new, but I think you run out of aura. You run out of aura on the other guy's end, or you'd have to give him way too much aura. I mean, relearn's like just a copy of a skill, so
I feel like it's a vanilla one. Like, I wouldn't really know what to say for this either. So
I'm gonna go on for an hour on this one.
All right, what do you got, choices? What's a
Relearn
different
is
take?
hands down the best skill in the game.
So what's a
I
less
like-
commonly used way?
I like putting 2 relearns into a bunch of random opti decks because it's not something you plan specifically to pair with Relearn.
I'd like to point out Choices made a good move in the game.
Did.
He did. I saw that.
We don't even care about him anymore.
No, we don't. You're right.
We never did. We never did. But specifically, I like the ability to plan around whatever's happening. So I have used it in the Faith Opti deck to relearn a boost mine when you're low on ore at the beginning. I've done it with a big skill to get around the multiple flash holes. I know Reborn, I really liked your relearning the Muramasa, so that you can have these big hit skills, but you don't have to overload your deck. But if the opportunity arises,
I do not relearn Muramasa.
All right, well, whatever. I've done it. I like being able to have these big hit skills, but not having to overly invest in stacking your deck with these big hit skills if the situation's not there. So the fact that it's super versatile allows it to be used way more than with just recall. Obviously, relearning Healing Water is a meta that makes Bregan incredibly angry. But it's essentially a great way to get 30 easy health or something like that. I mean, recall requires a little bit of RNG, but relearn, so long as you plan it out right, have an empty enough bench, you can essentially pair off whatever you needed. I've relearned an Amoros before. I've relearned that Amoros, waited for them to
Choices just fell off twice in a row. I want everyone to know.
I'm jumping off because this is my Healing Water deck, and I can heal whenever I choose.
You were literally flipping out in the video. We all heard you.
So I'm gonna take Choices' soapbox away for a minute. Let me try for something new with Relearn.
He also just mistimed the block on the Dazzle.
Oh gosh,
that was very true.
There's so much troll I can't even remember. I had a good one too. Oh, so here's a deck that beats Bregan every time. A deck that plans on relearning Turbulent. That's the combo. So I'll play 3 Turb, 3 Relearns, and 3 Mephistos. And just as soon as I Turbulence, I pick up a Mephistos or Relearn for my bench. And I do it again as soon as they refill. Beat it.
Beat a Turbulence recall deck?
Yeah, beat it. What you gonna do?
Well, your Relearn, I mean, you can't Mephistos after using the Turbulence to get...
No, you have to leave it on your base.
Yeah.
You attack him.
Attack him? Oh, shoot. Man, why didn't you win every tournament? You've got really good ideas. I didn't think of that. But this Relearn Mephistos deck could play shields.
Yeah, but you don't have too much left to win with.
Wait, it could play, let's see, 3 Cyclones, 3 Erasers, and 3 Failing Walls. Because...
Why on earth would you pick Failing Wall?
Yeah, well, out of all that, why Failing Wall?
If you think someone's going to mess you up, just do it yourself. So Choices makes fun of himself so no one else can do it. If you think you're going to fail, just make yourself fail.
Yeah, that strategy doesn't seem to work. Does it?
Yeah. He's in this party?
Your whole philosophy.
See, Bregan, you know what I would have liked Bregan to do here? If we're going to go with stupid combos, get himself to -3 attack, get Choices to like -6, and then just keep dropping rain on him for 0 damage.
Well, I was actually having a tough time hitting the burdens.
Yeah.
They do not track as well as Dazzle, and also like even times where I would be able to shoot a Dazzle over a barrier, the burden wouldn't make it. So I was having a rough time with that.
This is gonna be some great blazing sword action. Blazing sword action.
That was effectively a sword.
Is this where Choices finally wins?
I'm also very humble about my use of blazing sword, especially if you guys can't hear the audio in the game.
Oh, nice block.
Unsubscribe.
All right, Bregan, since you're the winner, I'm going to give you a single final Jeopardy. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but...
I don't know either. I'm coming up with that on the spot. I'm going to give you a couple skills, and I need you to come up with them.
Come up with an arsenal for them?
Yeah. My random generator gave me Bomb Shot.
It's got to be same 2 schools.
Sure. Bomb Shot, Berserk.
This is dumb already.
and Vapor Cloud.
What's the last one?
Vapor Cloud.
Good luck.
I mean, I guess that's not bad synergy with Bomb Shot because, like, good luck hitting that shit without them standing still.
All right, build it for us.
Well, I mean, the Berserk wouldn't be that great. So, what are my schools? Is that all Psycho?
Psycho Nature.
Psycho Nature? Okay.
Right? Is Berserk Nature?
Ooh.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, it is nature.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I had things. I would
Let's see. I would maybe throw in a heat or two just to take better advantage of the Berserk, and then run like maybe 2 vacuum slashes. Get yourself like a blazing sword. And then with the bomb shots, it's not a bad idea. So you lay. What I would be doing is I'd be laying the vapor cloud to try and set up a bomb shot or a vacuum slash. And you could use the bomb shot to zone them towards the vapor cloud. Once they're in it, you have these low-cost, big hitting attacks. And then the backup with the Berserk down, even if they're able to block certain things, if you're hitting hard with these big swords, Berserk will get through some of them, get you some extra damage down. So it especially punishes somebody who likes Glacial Wall. So this would actually be decent against, like, say, Ebony, who will run, like, 1 Fortress and 3 Glacial Walls.
Sure. So let's say he's got a fortress, and you've got a bomb shot and a vapor cloud. How do you take advantage of it?
Sorry.
He's so close.
I'm just looking at how tilted Choices is right there.
Do you guys know how close that was?
I was mashing the block button. I could have blocked it.
I just started manualing it. I thought it was so close. I was so angry.
I walked close to you so you would have a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
My wife gave up watching like 45
Just kidding.
minutes ago.
I'm gonna wind up like a Korean StarCraft.
So what was the follow-up question to that then? Sorry.
Oh, so like Ebony has a fortress, and you have only vapor cloud and bomb shot. What do you do?
A fortress?
Yeah.
And I just have vapor cloud and bomb shot?
I think you got this. I think you got this.
I mean, I guess you put the vapor cloud either on his capsules or zoning him away from him, so that way he has to try and get rid of the mine in order to access his capsules. And when he does that, you fire bomb shot. And then he either blocks one and gets hit by the other, or, you know, if it's timed poorly, he might not get hit by either one.
I thought there was a missing child or a missing woman or something, and she was just.
But we only time things well here.
At some cafe.
Yeah. I don't know, like, it's never going to be good, but that's the way you would do it with those 2 skills in hand.
It's fair. It's fair.
One thing that's kind of...
Sorry, go ahead.
One thing that's kind of interesting with the piercing, the bomb shot has an explosion effect, so it'll actually down the person. So if they block with, you know, like Glacial Wall or whatever, you could follow up with like a gravity press because it'll automatically down them. But it's just a limited thing.
So wait, will the Berserk... So like if they block with Glacial Wall and Berserk pierces, it will down them because of the explosion?
Choices actually hit you with something.
Holy crap, that's really cool though. That's actually like possibly usable.
Yeah, same thing with a hyper key bullet, like, you know, the key moves that knock you down.
So wait. There's a leg throw Berserk deck?
That could technically work with the what? Is there a shield that has only 1 defense, 2 defense?
Well, no, you have to like really pump it up.
Yeah. It does technically work if you have enough power for it. Yeah.
My gosh. And I don't need that much power. Like, as long as I can break an iron skin, I don't know. 4
yeah,
power.
+4 that would work.
Choices makes me work for this round.
You mean you're gonna have a blessed? Oh, that's some great platforming there.
You know, Bregan has in general been pretty good in his platforming. To take advantage of a cartwheeler, you do have to try a little bit. Cartwheelers don't have to try in general, but you know, you just try a little bit against them.
Bregan's got the nooks and crannies of laying down.
Wait, time out. Reborn, are you a jumper now?
I accepted even when cartwheeling that in general you should try. I'm bad at this game, so that's why I cartwheeled.
How dare you speak bad of your cartwheelers, sir?
You have a beautiful cartwheel.
For all he wants to complain, if I'm playing all defense, a cartwheeler is the better defensive character. I was playing a jumper the whole time.
If you had not
that is the easier character to kill. Like 1,000% an easier character to kill as a jumper.
No, time out. If you had not been a jumper, you would never have gotten away from it. You would have been dead 10 times over.
If I was not a jumper, I could have just run like 2 shields and cartwheeled every melee ability. I wouldn't have needed any of this ridiculous setup.
Let's have that match.
Just so you know.
I'm not a cartwheeler, so I'm not practiced at it, but give Gaignun a Psycho Shell and see how many draws he can get from you.
Okay. Deal.
And then Bregan has to cast that match.
I'll do it. Give Gaignun
4 hours.
Gaignun gets an arsenal with 3 Psycho Shells and 3 change courses. And Choices has to use his current arsenals. He doesn't get to go build anything. No diabolical trick. I want to see how many draws happen.
Inquiring minds want to know.
What's interesting is I was thinking of ways for myself in the future to get draws against Choices during this whole match. The current Guard of Water would totally be brought in a ton. I was thinking of a 3 Guard of Water deck.
Okay.
Let's see if that Guard of Water works out for Bregan.
It's funny because Evolution's in the party, and he's like, he probably has a Guard of Water.
I clearly suspect it, just why I haven't used the sword since.
Well, he got both of my good shields with a Shield Breaker and a Dragon Slayer earlier. So like I said, I really have to work. I really have to work for this.
You know what? I'm gonna call you out. You ready for this, Choices? Given 3 attempts, I could at least once frostbite all of your buttons.
No.
Oh no, that was not what I wanted to do. Oh shit.
I guarantee you could not.
Yeah, and I accidentally used the Quantum Decay instead of a Recall.
I think here you were supposed to just relearn in Quantum Decay again.
Yeah, that would have worked.
Do you know how it kills me is how many 0 damage Excaliburs I just hit him for and nobody said anything?
You didn't hit him, that's
You actually didn't hit me most of the time.
Lies.
I just walked it again.
Well, not that time, clearly.
But yeah, no, I think I could at least 1 out of 3 all your buttons.
No.
Is it over?
You think so little of me, it hurts.
No, I think you're the best backstabber in Battle Royale in all the history of Phantom Dust.
Is it backstabbing if I say I'm going to attack everyone when most wanted? I never lie about that.
Are lawyers trustworthy if you know they're going to be dishonest?
1, you're just assuming a lot of things right now. 2, how is it dishonest? It's a Battle Royale.
You know what?
That's right. No ladders. Death to the ladder people.
I play ladder, and if we agree on how many times have I stabbed you in the back?
I got 4 minutes without a shield.
It was pretty good. And almost no healing needed. You healed for less than 5, didn't you?
Yeah, there was one time he did hit me for 6. He had me down to 11 at one point. I will give him that.
So close.
But against an Excalibur, and he had Hyper Kai Bullet, which he could have just backed up and hit me with, but he didn't. There's nothing I can do about Hyper Kai Bullet unless I'm next to him.
I don't know. So far, it hasn't worked for you.
And even after I accidentally Quantum Decayed before recalling.
Yet.
I mean, look, we know what this match says about Phantom Dust players all around. We know what's being said.
Do we?
Yeah, 1-on-1 is the best mode of Phantom Dust.
So somebody somewhere no call-outs. I'm just gonna say somebody somewhere definitely said 1v1 is way deeper and more meaningful than tag.
Oh well, that's so wrong. I don't know when is clearly broken.
Just want to say
Bregan
that was said. Those were words spoken.
I don't remember who said that.
I don't know. Probably Esper.
Does he know?
This is not to call out Esper. It just sounds like something he would say.
I mean, to be fair, Choices would have options. He's just made bad deals with Bregan.
It's true.
You know.
I mean,
instance,
you should be able to still close out without Diabolical Trick.
Yes, I have a problem closing. I'm sorry.
It's true. Whenever I resort to Diabolical Trick in 1v1, sorry.
I have flaws as a player. I am more defensive than offensive.
Are you being kind of defensive right now?
Only about my offensive ability.
I'd like to point out almost every game he's held a shield in hand.
I don't ever trust you.
Now, to be fair, if it was like Glacial Wall, you did shoot a lot of burdens and such.
Yeah.
But if he's holding like Fortress, yeah, that's just a wait.
I have no idea what I'm holding.
I think the swords are more helpful on one than the melee punch moves, but I mean, you can play off counters. Like, I should shut up because Shadow Shield lands a lot of dancing deaths and stuff. But,
wait, okay. So I mean, right now, the reason not to have Fortress is because Bregan's not attacking, and against non-attack skills, it's not that great. Assuming your opponent only has yellows and greens, Fortress is one of the worst. Is not one of the best defenses. Not gonna say worst.
I mean, the point I was kind of trying to make is, like, some of the matches Bregan had here, he had a lot of yellows, and Choices was close up on him, and I felt like if he was using swords, he probably could have taken more advantage, but...
Oh yeah, he needs
then again,
to hit him with swords.
He was dealing with Excalibur pretty well.
Yeah.
So, can I talk about skills that are good in 1v1 that played at all in every match that I've watched? Ice Sword and Turbulence. Guys, Ice Sword and Turbulence. I'm not like a 1v1 champion or anything, but Ice Sword and Turbulence.
I didn't want to just have an Esper deck.
It wasn't an Esper deck. I beat Esper. It's my deck now.
he claimed the deck. He paid the iron price for the Ice Sword deck.
I love you, Esper. I'm not trying to attack you, just trying to attack Choices of it, like our estranged child. Which parrot loves you more?
I don't even.
Are we done yet? My God.
No, he didn't win that one. Despite me being shieldless for 4 minutes and 30 seconds, he did not win that one.
So Choices. Remember the last 3 matches? Like, I blacked out at a certain point.
You wouldn't be the first player.
In fact, if you can hear the... I don't know if I'm joking about killing Bregan or drinking bleach. I don't even remember. But things are going real dark with me for one time.
Alright, so, to get away from this, because we don't need this recorded,
Fair.
I want to offer another idea I've had of how to beat Choices in a 1v1. And by beat, I mean draw. I want to reduce my power by 2. There's a lot of ways to do that. You take your pick. And then I'm going to follow it up by using Ricochet Laser through the wall on...
Ricochet
but it won't
on
do
Panorama.
any damage. It won't do any damage, he says. Will to his...
Gaignun, you're breaking up a lot right now.
Yeah.
That's weird, I'm sorry.
I also don't understand the plan.
He said -2 damage, use Ricochet Lasers through the wall on Panorama.
I mean, I'm assuming I have Flash already.
The point is only to upset you, not to win.
I wanted Bregan to actually get himself to -2 and fast bomb himself for 0 damage. And if Choices
so good. It's
didn't
like
have
invulnerability.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not quite as good though, I think, but yeah.
I would have to practice the timing. That'd be tough.
Yeah, I don't think it. I think if you time it right, you can still hit people, but if someone's using something like Joke of Anubis, it's like hopeless.
What if I do like Fast Bomb, Fast Wave, and just kind of randomly get them?
Well, you do like 2 damage with Fast Wave, though.
Oh, I could get to -4.
Yeah, that's true. It's very annoying to do.
You guys catch the Psycho Knife while he was teleporting?
What was the
Good
question?
job.
We just saw it miss.
Oh, the Psycho Knife? Yeah, I mean, charge is really fast.
Just saying. You should keep an eye on this one.
Good job, choices.
You know, like quick mode, if something like retreat was in it and you don't have the right counters, I wonder if that would have been like really bad for players starting out. Did you just say your life?
I'm glad someone designed them really well.
Thanks. And thanks for
right.
that.
That explains so much.
I did have help. I know.
There are some pairings in there that this is diabolical, and now I get it completely.
Yeah,
you know what?
He designed them. I remember it was during the beta. He asked some of the other beta testers for advice on making quick arsenals. I don't know if any of mine made it in, but I suggested some.
Yeah, you did. Like, you were suggesting like Heat from the Void as like a part archetype to follow, and I think we had like Memory of Battle. You know, it helped give me structure with things.
Yeah, I think I suggested a Memory of Battle, a Blazing, a Heat from the Void Lack deck.
I mean, compared to what the quick arsenals were in the original,
we wanted them to be a little bit more functional because, like, back then there was like 3 that were really functional, and then there was like 4 that were just like, what am I even doing here?
There was one with 4 rain attacks in it. Imagine using that on Panorama.
And it didn't have any burdens or an abnormal gravity. Nothing.
You know, speaking of all this, I wonder. So I want to give you while we're finishing this up. I think we're like almost on. My God.
I don't know. We have to find out if choices can win a 3rd game.
A final. Here's a final thought to put in your brain. Do you believe that Quick is a more competitive format than Standard?
I think it could be a very competitive format. Although Sandal has good arsenals for it already, I think if we put some effort into it, we could make Quick arsenals that were very, very balanced just across the board. Like a very streamlined vibration, a very streamlined, key faith, that everybody's playing in the 1v1 right now. If we made like 6 to 8 of those, I think it could be a very interesting game mode.
What do you think, choices?
No, I like that idea. You'd want to make sure there was a little bit of parity. I think there's 1 or 2 that are just a little undermatched.
Right. So it is random. If you play a lot, that will, even if they're not perfectly matched, they will balance out to some degree, right?
Yeah, no, that's true.
God, do that again.
And some of the design was based around featuring different move sets. Like, it wasn't just out and out about making like super best competitive decks.
Yeah, they were supposed to be like functional decks, but they were supposed to teach you about different ways to play the game.
Yeah. Like, this is Heat from the Void, this is Memory of Battle. Well,
I think that would stay. Like, I think you need that to keep the dynamics, but you would just...
If we could have like a separate mode that was like Quick, but just, 8 super competitive arsenals. I mean, I'd probably avoid, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be willing to put in like a memory lapse or anything like that. Keep it more like standard attack arsenals.
I think mid-power is fine.
My only worry is, are you going to make one that's a balance of range, medium, and short? Because you're not going to know what level. So you're going to have one that's just, oh, this is vibration, So I guess if you draw it on Pano, you're screwed.
So you could play like Vibration. So if you,
I mean, if we were gonna craft this mode, you could, say certain arsenals not available on certain maps.
No,
if we were able to code this ourselves.
No, you just make it usable everywhere. An optic key deck can be used on any level. Manualing vibration lasers fine.
I mean, you would have to put at least an optimization and a ricochet in there.
You wouldn't have to. I don't think so. So like, there's some amount of variance that is counteracted by the fact that you have to play what you're given, which is a skill that, while it exists in Phantom Dust, is sometimes overshadowed by the meta. That like you can meta your opponent as opposed to just outplaying him in the game, and that would not exist.
All right, how about we cast the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds of this?
Oh gosh, we're getting there. Something's gonna happen. All right, so was that a shatter in his hand?
He went and he shattered a bunch of my capsules. He's got
3 or left. Shatter. Did he pick up a purple? We don't know. He didn't have a defense. Finally. His attack
Choices finally realizes he doesn't need defenses.
Vibe Laser known. What other attacks do we know? Oh, Photon Burst. That's very Choices. It's a bad attack. Railgun. That's a good attack. Nice. 2 health left. 2 minutes in the match. We have a defense that can block these, but he can get some aura advantage if he's careful. He also could just like play it up like he has a eliminate. We wouldn't know.
I think the whole level is going to fall apart, and that's how Choices is going to win.
No, it hasn't fallen apart.
The entire level.
I'm going to love this. So, at this point, I'm just trying to catch him, and I'm having a tough time. I'm just throwing those railguns. I don't have my crush, which I regret getting rid of immensely. He keeps teleporting around.
Wait a minute. I'm going to call it out. He's going to
Oh, no!
Oh! I had no idea. I was hoping to keep in the same spot.
Choices wins the series 3-0!
What a finish.
Oh, wait, here's part 2.
Who loses? Everyone.
Oh, mostly me.
There's been a distinct shift since the beginning of this. In the beginning of this, he said, "Who wins? Everyone, the viewers."
Yeah.
By the end of it, nobody won.
I told you were romanticizing this, and all your little ideas about how fun it was didn't match up to the reality of just how horrible the whole experience has been.
So can I
award you no points, and may God have mercy on your souls. We're all
Can I give you a pretty hot take? Do you know why this is boring? It's your fault.
Be savage? Yeah, it's shocking.
You know why? Because you kept trying to fight him.
What am I gonna run away from a fight? My chicken? No.
No, you're gonna just
That's
like
right.
play crap.
I didn't want to go and change my arsenals.
Why don't you have like
profile.
random crap?
That's all my other.
I mean, you could have run that shatter deck way sooner. A shatter deck still would have like crippled most of what I was doing.
Because that kind of goes against. At a certain point, it became a challenge. Like.
Then you lost the challenge. You popped him what, twice? You lost the challenge.
I mean, I only popped him to death once.
Twice.
When was the other time?
So he died once to a Dance of Death. He died once to being... Oh, the mine, I guess. The mine was a pop-out.
Was it, though?
It was a cop-out. It was a pop-out.
He achieved his entire deck. The only reason I shattered was the limit where he could teleport and call. So
I don't know.
Trap him with a mine.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that you did not win in your own rule set.
I think I did.
Bregan, what do you think?
I think that Choices definitely had to earn that. I don't think it was pretty. I don't think it was within an acceptable time frame, but he did have to earn it.
Well, viewers at home
an unusual
watching this, who probably, especially if you're Murder, just skip to the end. That's how it ended.
Say skip to the end at the end.
That's how it ended.
I wish
Tell your friends.
Skip to the end.
That's how it ended. And if you are the next person to face some poor choices, may God have mercy on your soul. He's going to be salty.
No, it was the other way around. I had a match immediately after this, and I got utterly destroyed.
Yeah, but now you've reclaimed your brain. You're going to elimination rounds, and you're going to come with, I don't know, absolutely no fun. That's what I'm imagining.
I'm going to just bring 3 Fortress of Irons, 3 Psycho Shells.
See what I mean? Tune in next time for Choices versus the Sass.
Or if you've learned your lesson, never watch another of our videos again.
Seriously.
A high value play.
YouTube is going to reject this.
Somebody's going to report it as against the YouTube terms of service.
They're going to be like, no.
It might be me.
Sorry, you have to upload what's called content. There's nothing of value here.
There's nothing of value here.
Doesn't qualify as content.
All ye who seek valuable content.
We need a video of someone just saying hello for 5 minutes.
Saying what for 5 minutes?
Just saying hello. 5 minutes. It's on a loop. That's more content than that.
Yes. There's more social value.
I don't care what anyone says. I thought that was epic. I set a record. Nobody else is beating the record unless they're a jerk.
Guinness record right now.
Choices, I've given you a little crap, so you want me to? I'll make it even. Let me give a little bit to Bregan. This is not the first time Bregan tried to go full troll in a 1v1 match. It definitely happened in the not finals last time.
It's true. It happened.
See, is this giving Bregan sass or just humble bragging that you dealt with it in 3-0?
You know what? Do I lose? Do I lose either way?
This is the latter, not the former.
I don't know. It sounds like a draw to me.
So, you guys know that Chill Breeze annoying gift neutralization combo, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, would be an evolution we're considering doing it. There was a way where we could like screw up the entire thing. So the strategy would be, if that part gets fucked up, we spend the rest of the match just freezing them a good 10 minutes. But we decided that if we did that and that happened, we wouldn't run it another round.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, in the future. So like, interestingly, I think all of these went full 10 minutes, the draws. But if you're worried the timer is going to start ticking down into sudden death mode, and you're trying to get 100 draws, just Giga-ruin your opponent or something. Just give yourself those extra 3 minutes.
So wait, are we still casting here?
Yeah, it's keeping. We're still going.
Great.
I want to throw off the timing of the video. If it's like 10 minutes longer, so that way they don't know if he won sign or not. So
Also,
if you're still watching at this point, like, what's wrong with you? Please turn off this video.
We had hours to do this. We could have talked about all these things and more.
I think we were busy criticizing you.
That was middle school all over.
I mean, that was Phantom Dust for some of us. It was like middle school and high school.
For some of us, it was our 30s. I don't know who I'm really calling out. I guess Nathan probably, right? Old geezer.
I think they're older than that. I think they're in their mid-50s.
What?
Like, I don't know if Phantom Dust was their 30s. Like, that might have been, like, already in their late 30s, early 40s.
Well, it's okay. Nathan doesn't watch our videos.
Nathan.
If there's anyone still watching, like, go outside. Go read a book.
Go see the sunshine and, think of what a wonderful world you live in. Don't be like some poor choices and dwell on
What
it.
are you even doing right now? You guys want to talk about the darkness? We can do that.
So, it looks like I'm going through a tunnel. and I'm losing reception. I'm gonna have to go.
What a sign-off.
Join choices in the upside down. We'll go hang out with Barb.
All right, I will.